Hiya! Good afternoon, peeps. This is I'm going to re-wax my bike chain. I know what time it is because it says 13:07 on my cooker top. So anyway, this is my slow cook. It's not a rice cooker, it's a slow cooker. Rice cookers tend to get too hot. So what I'm going to do, this is Molten speed wax in there, and it's kind of settled out. I didn't know what the scummy stuff was on top, so I tried to scrape it off, and then I suddenly realised it's just the black molybdenum floating to the top for some reason. Anyway, what I'm going to do now is I decided to modify my recipe, and I'm going to give it 50 grams of beeswax. So let me go and get that. Here we are. 50 grams of beeswax is going into here. Okay, then I'm going to turn my cooker on. I'm going to put it on to slow or low, very low. And it takes an absolute age. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go and get my chain off my bike, and I'm going to give it a good rinsing with boiling water to remove any of the old wax from the chain, and then I'm going to give it a wax. But I've got a surprise. I'm going to put a different chain back on, and I'm going to use this chain that I'm going to wax as a spare one for later on. Okay, bye. Right, I poured boiling water over it, and it's a bit mucky. You can see on this towel how dirty it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the ultrasonic bath out and give it a proper clean. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do next. Get the ultrasonic bath out and give it a clean. Here's my ultrasonic cleaner warming up. Now I've set it to 73 degrees because wax melts at about 71 degrees, 71.2 degrees, according to Alexa. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a few more minutes, and I'm going to dunk my chain in. There we go. That's probably warm enough now to melt the wax. So here we go. Let's just go and get the chain and shove it in. Oh yeah, that's just pure water in there, and I'm just going to put in a couple of drops of fairy liquid to aid the what's the word I'm looking for? The help the water dissolve. Anyway, it's up to temperature now, 73 degrees. There we go. Right, 1 second. Right, there we go. That's that in. I'm going to set the timer for 5 minutes, and I'm going to press start. So here we go. Let's have a look. Right, there we go. That's it. Finished. It's had 5 minutes to clean the chain in the ultrasonic bath. Right. Now I will let that dry, and I'll put it on my piece of paper over here. Let's go round. We'll see how dirty it is. Oh, look at that. That's much cleaner. Oh yes, that's done its job. So that's a new clean chain, and the wax has melted. It's been it's a good couple of hours now, an hour and a bit melting that wax. So I'm going to turn the heat off now because I don't need the heat on, and I'm going to put the chain in the wax. There you go. That's the chain in the wax. And it's probably the that's that'd be the bubbles coming off, or the boiling of the water in the chain. So I'm just gonna soak it a bit. This is a ceramic speed. This is not the ceramic speed. This is the Molten speed wax with. It's got PTFE powder, and it's also got some of the molybdenum disulfide powder in there as well. So that should help lubricate the chain. What they say you should do is to wait until it forms a skin on top. Just as the wax is beginning to cool, is to let that wax cool slightly, so that as you lift the chain out into the air, it cools down quicker. Because at the moment this is really hot. So I'm going to set my timer on my phone, and I shall give this 5 minutes to come back, see what it's like. Right, it's had a few minutes to cool down, so I'm going to gently lift this up and then hang it on my hook without trying to make a mess. Oh, there we go, it's hung up. There you go. I should just leave that there to dry, stick it in a plastic bag, and I shall put a label on it telling me how many hours it's had, or sorry, how many miles it's had, and what it is. So this is chain 1, and it's had 383 miles with a 0.23% chain growth, which is brand new still. It's amazing how wax makes your chain live longer. Anyway,